Hey guys, I am Pixel Dan, and today we're going to be checking out the beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsian series, 1/18th scale Styracosaurus. I've taken a look at some of the incredibly cool Beasts of the Mesozoic figures from Creative Beasts in the past. The first go around were all of the raptor variety. So this time around, we've got a new Ceratopsian series where we've got all sorts of new dinos from this particular Ceratopsian subset. And we got the Styracosaurus here, which is one of my favorite color schemes in this entire new lineup. So I'm really excited to get this opened up and check it out. If you are a fan of dinosaurs and dinosaur toys and like the high quality type scientifically accurate versions of the dinosaurs, I really do think you guys are gonna dig these figures. So as you can see, they come in these really great window boxes that fully showcases the figure. It's got some gorgeous artwork on the little slipcover over here on the side, and as we rotate that around to the backside, we've got some information on a file card for the Styracosaurus, which means spiked lizard. And then you can also see a little cross-sell for all of the Wave 1 Ceratopsians. In fact, here, if I remove the little slip cover here, let me pull that off. Let me get that off the box there. That way you guys can get a look at the awesome artwork on the backs that works as a cross-sell. So really, really fun stuff. So let's get this guy pulled out of the box and get a closer look at him. Alright, so upon opening up our Styracosaurus, one of the things that's packed in is this gorgeous art card that features that same artwork from the front of the box, as well as some information on the Styracosaurus, which I think is fantastic. Actually gives you real information, like the time period and when he was named and who he was named by. Pretty cool stuff. I really like this. And then you also have this little sheet here that kind of gives you some advice for assembling the tail, because the tail is a separate piece. You do have to attach it to the ball joint, and this kind of shows you that if needed, you might want to warm it up just a little bit with some warm water just to kind of loosen it up. Now, I didn't have to do that. I was able to pop it on the ball joint just fine, so it might vary depending. And once you pop it on there, it's a nice solid lock. You're not going to have to worry about it falling off or anything like that. And when you're all done, we have this absolutely gorgeous looking action figure. So the box mentioned that this is in the 1/18th scale. So if I bring in the tape measure from nose to the tip of the tail, you can see it's about exactly 12 inches in length. And height-wise, it's about 5 inches tall at the top of his body. If we go all the way up to his horns, he goes just a smidge over 6 inches tall. So he is scaled down. Obviously, this isn't going to be like in scale with your 6-inch action figures. In fact, if you want to see a scale reference real quick, I went ahead and threw them in there with a 5.5-inch Masters of the Universe Origins figure, a 6-inch Mattel WWE figure, a 7-inch Super 7 Ultimates figure, just to show you how this measures up with all of those figures. So it's really nice. It's about the size of those, but if we're talking about real life proportions, of course this guy would have to be much bigger than them to be properly in scale. But with that being said, this is a seriously hefty action figure. Like, he has got some real chunk going on there. I was impressed with how heavy he was when I pulled him out of the package. He's got some real weight to him, and this thing just feels like an incredibly sturdy, well-made figure, which is so very nice, especially for something of the collector quality. Like, this feels so sturdy. Like, it does not feel fragile or breakable in the slightest. So I was really impressed with that. And as far as the articulation goes, it's pretty nice. Obviously, with a dinosaur that's this particular size and style, you're not going to get a lot of crazy dynamic poses out of them. But here's what we've got. That tail's on that ball joint that I showed you earlier. So you can rotate that all the way around. You can twist it. It functions very nicely. You've got nice joints at the thighs up here on the back legs, so you can see they move forwards and backwards, and they do slightly go in and out just a little bit there. We do have bends at the knees up here, which can also swivel just a little bit. Now, again, the shape of the sculpting of the legs hinders that just a bit, but you can see it's got some good forward-backward motion there. And then down here at the ankles, look at that. You got great hinge joints, so the ankles can go forwards, they can rotate, and then we also have separate rotation at the foot itself. See that right there? And none of these feel loose. Like, these are all nice and tight, which is good since he's such a heavy figure. You don't want him to buckle under that weight. You can see we've got what would basically be a waist swivel here in the middle. This is also ball jointed, so it can swivel side to side. It can slightly rock around there, but again, the sculpt is going to hinder that just a little bit, but it does allow for a little bit of extra movement there in the middle. The front legs are very similar to the back legs. They're just smaller, so we got the same joints, ball joints up here at the top of the shoulder, swivel and hinge there at the what would be the elbow, and then same kind of swivels here at the feet. Again, none of those joints are loose. They are nice and tight, which is really good. And then the neck is also ball jointed. You can see it rolls all the way around. We got another joint at the head itself at the top of the neck, which slightly allows you to rotate the head left and right. You can kind of bend it around, so you can kind of get an idea for the range of movement here. I mean, look at the way the head kind of rolls around, slightly looking up and down. And then the jaw, of course, is hinged, so we can open and close that mouth, which is really cool because then you can see like the details of the tongue and everything inside, which is great because it's glossy, so it looks moist. Nice wet tongue there. But all in all, I'm really happy with this. Like I said, obviously you're not going to get like some crazy dynamic poses out of a slow-moving Ceratopsian type dinosaur, but what's here is nice, and it functions, and it's sturdy, and it holds him up, so definitely really well done as far as I'm concerned. Now, the overall look at this guy is absolutely where he shines, because not only is it an absolutely gorgeous sculpt, but the paintwork on here is unbelievable. Like, just the amount of colors that are used in this paint is insane. Like, those are paint apps that you definitely don't see very often on retail toys, just because there's so many colors that are used in here to get all of these unique markings all over them. You can see the way the eyes are done. I don't know if that's coming across, but the eyes are glossy as opposed to the matte colors around it, so the eyes do look like they've got like a little bit of moisture to them. They look really nice. They're very evenly painted. All of the horns have a nice bony look to them, so it looks like there's even like some chips and some dings in them. They have a nice dry brushings to give them like that real bone-like texture. And then you got the very scaly skin there, which has got a nice wash on there as well, so it just really brings out all of those amazing sculpted details. Even the feet, like you got like these yellowish green glossy toenails. It's amazing. So all in all, I think this is an absolutely gorgeous looking dinosaur action figure. Like, the paint is amazing. And you know what? Like this, I mentioned that the Styracosaurus was one of my favorites from this new assortment because of the color scheme. Yeah, this color scheme totally reminds me of somebody. I'm not sure if that was intentional or not, but I love it nonetheless. So I wanted to go ahead and do another little comparison time for you guys here. I wanted to show them alongside one of the modern Mattel Jurassic World figures, which I believe are really fun toys in their own right. And obviously, I know this is a Triceratops versus a Styracosaurus, but both Ceratopsians, and I just wanted to show them side by side because I think this really does show you not only the scale, so you know what to expect with the size and everything, but it really does show you the details as well, versus like a retail figure versus what we've got going on here. So there you go, my friends. There is a look at the Beasts of the Mesozoic Ceratopsian series Styracosaurus. I love it. I think it's a really, really nicely detailed figure, and for fans of dinosaurs and dinosaur toys, I really do think you're going to love something like this in your collection. I'm going to link to the Beast of the Mesozoic website in the video description if you want to go check these out for yourself. I showed you the cross-sell on the back of the box, so there's other Ceratopsians available as well. Like, I've got the Styracosaurus here, but of course you've got the Triceratops, you've got the Protoceratops, lots of different things you can check out there. So definitely head on over there and check them out for yourself. Very special thanks to the folks over at Creative Beasts who did allow me to check this out a little early for you guys so that you can get a good look at it outside of the box. Thank you guys so very much for watching. If you enjoyed it, leave me feedback below, hit that like button, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, my friends.